Denise and Jessie O'Brien, and
right.
you're from Dungarvan.
We are indeed.
And you're in part 2 of Harbour View.
We are.
Can you tell us about Harbour View briefly, please?
Harbour View is set in a small fishing village town, and it's based around the McCarthy family, and a tragedy unfolded towards the end of series 1, and we've been recording series 2 for the last number of weeks. But it's been great fun, and I think Sean has given a very, very true and realistic picture of community and friendship and the different dynamics and personalities that we meet on a day-to-day.
Denise, you gave us quite a mouthful there. Tell us what part you're playing in.
I play Sheila. I am the mother and wife of the other character called Mac. He's my husband, and we have 3 kids. And Mac comes to a little bit of misfortune out at sea. And again, this is very topical in today's terms in relation to the whole fishing community and the hardship endured by fishermen. So once again, it's very, very true and very real to life. And
the lady beside you is your daughter in real life, and she's playing your daughter in the radio play as well.
Yes, she is. This is Jessie.
Yeah, Jessie, what are you playing in the play?
I'm Eve McCarthy, so I'm the daughter of Sheila and Mac in the play.
Okay, tell us briefly what your part is, what you do.
So my part is I'm the daughter, and in the first part of Harbour View, I was dealing with a very topical subject of bullying. So I was being bullied in school, and it actually got quite serious to the point that I was ringing the doctor, and my parents got involved and school got involved, and it was actually sorted out. And I think it was very important for young people to hear that these things can be sorted out, and these issues don't just go away without dealing with them.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of topical, relevant themes running throughout the whole play.
Yeah, it's very positive as well.
I'm going to leave you go now, ladies, but just tell me, what's it like working with the writer Sean O Neill?
Sean is, look, listen, he's a great guy. He's got a fantastic gift, and really, the way he encapsulates and portrays real life, day-to-day living from an emotional level straight down the line to a comedic level is second to none.
So we're all looking forward to part 2.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies.
Thanks
very much.
Like I told you, it's an old folks' home.
It must be an old men's home. Jesus, there's not a woman in sight.
Hey pal, where's your boss?
I'm the boss.
Hey Compo, we got a comedian here.
Yeah?
Get your boss. Don't say a word or I'll wreck the bleeding place.
Like I said, I'm the boss.
You look nervous. No one makes a fool out of me and gets away with it.
So Kitty Kenny,
Yeah.
Eleanor O'Brien, and you're in Harbour View part 2.
Part 2. Yes.
Kitty, can you tell us who are you playing in the play?
Well, I'm playing the local gossip, and kind of the woman that spreads the news around from one end of the town to
Never.
the other. And oh God, yeah. Oh God, definitely, yeah.
What's your name? In the play?
My name is Chrissy, so it's Chrissy Murphy.
Right.
My name is, so it's very similar to my own original name, which was Kitty Murphy. So I'm not too far away on the name front, but I'm completely different with the gossip is, because I'm not a gossiper myself, but she is. She just lives for gossip, and our cats, of course, she has. Her cats are her world, and her gossip is her world. That's all she has, and she lives next door to the main characters. And of course, her best friend would be Nora, that lives in the shop. She lives in the shop.
Nora.
Nora, and what part is
I'm
that?
the shopkeeper.
Okay.
She comes in to tell me all the gossip, and she buys stuff which she never pays for.
Always on the book.
She's always on the book.
And tell me, are you looking forward to part 2 for Harbour View?
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm enjoying it so much.
Yeah.
It's been quite a while now since I was involved in theatre. I mean, I'm involved in theatre, but not myself taking part in that, so I'm really enjoying it.
Yes, but Eleanor, you've been involved in singing and theatre all your life.
I have, yeah.
Kitty, would I be correct in saying it's relatively new to you?
Oh, I'm a newcomer, definitely a newcomer. I didn't start until I did Weenie with Finbar Hannon. That was 2 years ago. I never went on stage or anything before that, or Never, but I just loved it once I started.
Yes,
It kind of give me the bug, and
Right,
I'm following since.
So you've the bug now then?
I have the bug. Oh God, I have the bug. Bentley, I have the bug.
You had a great time with part 1.
Great time. Really
It
enjoyed
was a
it.
huge success.
Really enjoyed it.
It was a
yeah,
huge
really,
success,
yeah,
right,
really
I
enjoyed it. Yeah, and it was great that it could go out to other people as well. You know that you could, if your family in America, your family in Australia, or England, or wherever in the world, that you could stream it from the old radio. You know what I mean? So it was brilliant for other people in
And
the,
did people contact you from
oh
all
God,
parts
they
of the
did,
world
and,
when
yeah,
they
they
heard
did,
it?
and they thought it was amazing.
Right.
You know, for our small little town to have such a
Okay.
project going.
What's it like working with Sean O Neill?
Very
the
good,
writer?
very good. No, he's very laid back. That's what I would say about him. Very laid back and very funny and very a typical director. Do you know what I mean? He's just on the ball, clip, and his humour is brilliant and just great.
Now, I've seen you in the recording studios the last time. What about all this technical stuff, microphones and pickups and everything like that? Are you getting all used to that and the levels and everything like that?
Just grand after that. You get, you'll be taken back at the start, all right? You see all this, and you see all, this onion, this level has to be tested, and that level. But after a while, you just go and put the mic on, and you just say 1, 2, 3, and you're off.
Are you still gossiping as ever in this episode?
Oh God! And look, if you've any piece of gossip at all you want to pass it on to Sean. He might give it to
Can
me.
you tell any of the viewers a snippet of a gossip from the
Oh,
news
I'm
show?
sure I couldn't do that, for God's sake. So the whole thing would be ruined then. I'd be ruined for me, then I would get the same enjoyment out of
So
it.
they just have to tune in to see how
Just
why
have to
104
tune in
FM
and just have
then.
to listen. And they will enjoy it. They will know.
Okay,
Especially since it's about our town. Do you know what I mean? And if it's about our town, you're bound to get a bit of enjoyment out of it. But you'd mock the people in the town as all towns of different people that make the town.
So you're making new friends and having a laugh
Yes,
at the same time
and
as well.
exactly. And you can laugh at my character. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make a difference. I'm that type of a character.
But it is a serious drama, but it's laced with humour as
Oh
well.
God,
isn't
yeah.
it?
You need the opposite side. You need to flip it over. Do you know what I mean? Because he does deal with serious subjects, and they're like at the end of the last one, the men were lost at sea, and that's serious for a fishing town. Do you know what I mean? But then again, you have to flip it over and have the good times as well. And the funny sides of it, and make the best out of what we have.
Kitty and Eleanor, thank you very much for talking
Thank
to
you
us.
very much. Thank you.
We're going in here now, and if he doesn't have the money, we'll take it from the till, and then we'll do the same every few weeks when he's not expecting us.
Yeah.
You grab a couple of bottles of whiskey and I'll take care of the money. We'll hit another few pubs on the way. Get back on the 50 as fast as we can, and we're home. In and out before anyone knows what hit them. Now watch my back.
Right. I'll be behind you, win or lose.
Win or lose?
It's a Rod Stewart song. I'll be behind you, win or lose.
Will you never mind Rod Stewart? Now watch me back.
Yeah.
Right, Darren Parker, Community Development Officer with CRY 104 FM. You must be delighted filming part 2 of Harbour View here.
Yeah, it's fantastic. For CRY and for the town of Youghal. I think the original series was a great success. First time we had a drama series on CRY. Series is now written by a man living locally, recorded in Cllr Studios, starring local actors. So it's a real first and a great achievement for the town and the community as a whole. To get season 2 is even better again. A real testament to the writing and directing of Sean, and the quality of say, Warren's work and the production of series 1. So a really great achievement, a real good story for the town.
Yeah, they're even recording as we speak. I believe there's about 30 actors, actresses in it this year. Is it bigger than last time?
It's bigger cast, a lot more parts, people want to get involved in it. It's going to be bigger and better, we hope, this year.
Obviously you got a lot of feedback from last season.
Yeah, I mean, to be used as an example of a real community project. I mean, they show it to other radio stations, other community projects, and it's held up as an example of what communities can do and how the Sound Vision scheme actually works and how to be like funding such projects. So it's a real example to other radio stations as well.
But it's very unique and original, I'd say. Is it having a drama being filmed in local?
Yeah, well, there are dramas in other community radio stations, but I mean they're not that common, and I mean to get a second season is quite unusual as well. So as a whole, it's a great example of suppose the work that we're doing in CRY and the work that we're doing within the community. So it's a good news story.
Obviously, you're delighted with the BAI, but how delighted are you here with your partnership here? We'll call it with Cllr Recording Studios, Warren Tivey and Johnny Burke and the lads.
Yeah, Warren worked on season 1. He also worked with us on the Delaney's behind the mic, the collaboration with Sarah Mayfield's drama group, and I mean the quality of his work was great, and the facilities here are fantastic as well. It's not something we can do entirely, even though we got new studios. I mean the size of the cast and the size of the crew, and it's just not possible for us to record it ourselves. So I mean it's great to be able to use a facility like this in the town, you know, to get the production right.
And finally, Dara, your new studio, you must be over the moon with that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it brings the station to a whole new level. Sound quality, it'll allow us to broadcast more hours and more volunteers, again a better service to the community. So I mean, it's going to be great for the town as well. So we're very happy with it.
Dara Parker, thank you for talking to us and continued success.
Thanks, Mike.
I just got the nod from me. Professor, more to do.
It's my pleasure. Bossy, don't waste time talking to a fool, because he'll beat you hands down with experience.
Mac, it'll be all right. Couple of good digs will soften his cough.
Chris Bailey, we're out in Cllr Recording Studios. I believe you have a part in the new second season of Harbour View.
Yeah, I do. I played a part of Knuckles Nolan.
Are you a bit of a hard boy in it, Dennis?
Well,
you throw your weight about?
Not in real life, no, but I have to play the part of a Dublin thug in this, and coming from Dublin, I have to fall back on my old Dublin accent for this part. It's not like me at all. But no, it's good fun. It's my first involvement with any kind of a radio play, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's very unique and innovative. I was talking to Dara Parker, the Community Development Officer with CRY 104 there earlier on. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, there's 30 plus actors and actresses, I think, involved.
Yeah, I think we had most of them in the recording studio tonight. It was getting a little heated.
There's a lot of drama involved and a bit of tragedy as well, but there's a lot of humour through as well. And when I saw you all packed inside here in the studio, it looked a bit humorous.
Yeah, it's always a good laugh working with other people. You can't take it too seriously. Mistakes are going to be made. You just laugh them off and get on with it.
But you've been on stage before, but this is the first, like you said, for radio drama?
Yeah, it's the first time doing a radio drama.
Okay, how do you find it?
It's different. It's very, very interesting though. You don't have to actually learn the lines. You can have them right in front of you, which is a little different from stage.
Okay, and how's the directing from Sean O Neill?
What can I say? Beyond compare. And that's true. I've only ever worked with Sean O Neill, so.
Okay, get back to Knuckles. What happens to Knuckles in the end? Can you tell us now? Or
I don't think I can tell you what happens for several weeks. It's a little bit of a surprise.
Right. Okay. But you're certainly enjoying the part by the sounds.
Oh, I am, definitely. Everybody is. It's a great crew.
Yeah, and of course now out here in Cllr Recording Studios in Youghal.
Yeah, the fantastic facility that we have here on our doorstep. There's lots of very good bands recorded here. They come from all over the country. I haven't actually been in here to record anything until this time, but as you can see, the facilities around here are fantastic. It's really, really good to have this on our doorstep.
Okay, Chris Bailey, or should I say Knuckles Nolan, is it?
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't get that name in a lucky bag, and don't forget it.
Actually losing it. It's going away, it's slipping away from you. And this is the end, and I don't want this. I don't want this scene to slip away. And lads, when you move on to 15, okay, that laughter is very mock. It's very mock on 15. And as you know, I'm a man of few words. Now you've got to speak out loud. And when you say, I mean, I'd like to thank you all, and Mossie.
You might have to go down, we can't go here yet, see?
Okay.
You want to? Yeah, one person passed by there.
Is it? Yeah, they probably.
Kieran Casey from Youghal. We're out in Cllr Recording Studios and we're recording Harbour View 2, I believe, and you've a part in it, I think.
That's right, yeah, I'm the Garda Sergeant.
Yeah? Can you tell us something about the Garda Sergeant?
Well, let's put it to you this way, he's the guy that kind of rules the roost and, you know, keeps a lead on everything, you know. There can be an awful lot happening behind the scenes there now at times. He's been involved in the GAA in the first one. He's heavily involved in that, so he's involved in the community base as well. But he's also, you know, as they say, when he puts his hat on, He has to crack the whip every so often.
Is this your first time doing radio drama, Kieran?
Well, I'm involved in, it's the second time, or the second series of it. So it was my first time now in the first series, yeah.
How did you enjoy the first one?
Had a great time.
Right.
Had a great time. It's a great bunch of people to work
Right.
with.
I was talking to lads earlier on. There's a lot of theme of tragedy and loss going through it in this fictional fishing village, but there's a lot of humour in there as well, I get it.
Oh, there is, yeah, for sure. Like, I think everybody that's here, even with, you know, the harder parts of the story, we're enjoying ourselves. You know, we're having fun. There's a good rapport going on between all the group.
How is he
Yeah,
getting on
well,
with
no,
that?
Sean he's after writing a very, very good. It'll just tell you that, you know, he got the second series going as well, and that people really like the first series. So, you know, that's a tribute to the writing that he's doing.
It is amazing. The first one was such a success. You must have been delighted when you heard that part 2 was going ahead.
Oh yeah, of course. As I said, you know, we had a rapport going, and there's an awful lot of new lads after coming in as well now in the second series, you know, so that's great fun as well now, getting to know these lads.
Can you give me a snippet of what's going to happen with the new sergeant?
Not allowed. Not allowed, I'm very sorry.
That's a typical Templemore answer.
There you go.
Kieran Casey, thank you very much for talking to us.
You're welcome.
Go him over there.
Big fellow.
Yeah, that's him, yeah. Okay, let's go back again. Well, Garda.
They're all saying they fell in, and no one seems to know anything. The men pulled out of the water matched the descriptions of our suspects.
Yeah, good. Anything else?
One of the suspects said they went into the pub for a quiet drink, and that big fella over there picked on them.
Mossie! Okay.
Tim Smith from Youghal. Can you tell me about your part in this new Harbour View 2 radio drama?
Well, we're two guys, Jackie, my partner, and I in the series. We've been fishermen out of Youghal for a lifetime practically, and over the course of a lifetime we've developed habits and characteristics, and one of them would be partial to drinking. We'd nearly do anything, but we're good souls, you know. We'd be fond of the drink, but we'd do anything for people as well, and we reminisce a lot about the harbour and the times gone past, and when tragedy occurs we tend to blame the powers that be for making life more difficult and putting people's lives in jeopardy at sea and all that, and that's part of it. But we'd be classed maybe as kind of good rogues, if there's such a thing. Anybody reared by the sea, and look, when you live in an island like Ireland, you're never far from the sea anyway, and Harbour View to me is a mirror image of things that are happening. And even while this series was being made, there were episodes around the coast of similar incidents that occur in the series, so it's not difficult, it's realistic. You know, there was two or three guys in for my part, and I was the only one that fitted the part. I think the other two immigrated.
Okay, and what's it like working with the cast here, and Sean O Neill in particular, the director?
Sean is a perfectionist. He's an incredible guy to work with, because as I told him, I didn't realise at the time, I said that you would be a brilliant teacher, very, very difficult to please, but you would get results. And he said I was a teacher in another life, and yeah, he's a perfectionist and he does a tremendous job. And the rest of the guys and girls in it they're incredible, great people. It's tremendous for the radio, and with the communications being worldwide. I mean, if this were to happen 9 or 10 years ago without online and without World Wide Web and all that, it would be very obscure. But now it's something that goes all over the world, and apparently in parts of North America this series is quite popular. Sarge. Okay, on a count of 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Chemicals me arse. There's a little conspiracy going on here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
You must do your job, and you do a great job.
Sergeant, I was just passing and I heard the commotion. Isn't it great that those men were saved from drowning?
Is that what they told you? Father, the next thing you'll believe is that Moses came down the mountain with Kama Sutra instead of the 10 Commandments. All I know is that some young fellas came into the barracks and told us they didn't like the look of some strangers and gave us their number.
And Sean O Neill, you're the dramatist and playwright for this Harbour View 2. You must be very excited.
Yeah, thanks very much, Mike. Yeah, we are. We're into Series 2. We were just recording there this evening, and we're all exhausted. You caught me on a very tough evening, and we're recording episode 6 of Series 2. We've 4 more now episodes to record, but we're getting there, and No, I tell you, I get the feedback on the street and everywhere. It's gaining in its popularity. I mean, worldwide, not only Youghal or in Ireland, but worldwide.
Yeah, Sean, the first one was a great success. So much so that now we've got Harbour View too. You're over the moon. I was just looking at all the actors and actresses. There's about 30 plus.
Well, this evening it was, but I tried to calculate between Series 1 and Series 2. There's at least over 30 working on this. You know, it's not a one-man show, as you can see. You need, the full cooperation of everyone.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a great community spirit involved here as well.
There is, and that's what keeps it up and running. But I've got a good team working with me. I'm not doing this alone.
One the team I see is right over your shoulders there, Warren Tivey,
Yes.
Johnny Buck and the boys out here in the Cllr Recording Studios in Youghal. How is your partnership working here again?
Well, I used to be, Series 1, I used to keep an eye on Warren, but now Series 2, he's keeping an eye on me and everyone else. So he's sharper than what I am now. Well, wait, see the amazing thing. Like I said, it's not a one-man show. Like I have Warren here in the studios working alongside. Now and then again, I have Cry 104 FM behind me. I have the full backing of 104 FM, and that's very important. I work close with Dara in 104 FM, and then we were very fortunate to get the finances from BAI, the Broadcasting Authority of Ireland, and we were very fortunate to get the finances for the first series. But then the second series, I think the word is in Dublin, as far as I know. I'm so busy, I don't get much feedback. But the bits I pick up that they've got great respect for what's going on here in Youghal. And the people of Youghal,
Yeah, but Sean, you're an old pro at this, as we all know.
I would say, Mike, a pro. Leave the old out.
Okay. What I mean, Sean, is that you've acted all your life. You've been a dramatist all your life. Playwright.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of your stuff, and it's great seeing this stuff here. Yeah. But what I've noticed is there's a lot of people here that haven't acted before, and it's their first time. They were in the Harbour View 1, but back in the Harbour View 2, such as their love for this newfound acting and working in radio. It's amazing. How did that occur? I mean, you've drawn a lot out of people.
I think that's my job, is to see what I can take from each person. And see, I'm very fortunate. I've worked with most of them before in plays. So the Cllr group was established, and then we brought in, I hate to call them secondary, what I call bridge characters, and we brought those in, and they got on very well. But even some of the bridge characters from Series 1 are playing leads now, so they've developed them themselves. Well, it's great to see someone walk in, they say, look, we're delighted no matter who walks in the door. I've got to be honest with you, Mike, that no one will be turned away. This is a community show. This is a show for the people of Youghal and for everyone, but it's by the people of Youghal.
For sure, and it's was that your inspiration? So then the fisherman team in a coastal community like you're living here.
It would have been. That's where I got. Where I got the idea. Because you couldn't write about anybody else. Like Mac. Mac is a fisherman, and some of the characters are fishermen, and I don't think it was ever being dealt with before in radio drama, or I don't think sometimes it appears on the stage. But I said, look at if I can work with Mac being a fisherman, and then his wife and his little family, and then really what is like most of the characters, they find it difficult in this climate. And they're finding them, and it's how they live. We all have our own method of surviving, and it's like they have their own methods, and then you combine it together, and you get people working with or against each other.
Also, Sean, you're dealing with very topical and relevant issues. I mean, there's a serious theme going running through here. There's a tragedy in Fisherman Lost. There's bullying going on with one of the daughters there. And yet you've all that intertwined with laced with humour. What a combination.
It is, but I'm a great believer, and even you've seen some of the stage shows I've done, that I'm a great believer that I don't know which great writer said it. Drama is comedy to other people. Like if somebody slips on a banana skin, we laugh, but the guy on the ground, it's not funny. But it's the same. Like I think my type style, I was described once, social realism. But I try to keep as close to reality as I can. But you can't write reality, it doesn't work. But once you have the essence of what reality is about, and people believe, because I have people coming up and saying to me, you know, that guy, he's living alongside me. Now, I don't know who he is, but the characters that I write about are composite characters, they're pieces of, and then I work closely with the actor, and then we develop the character.
Sean, forgive me, but you said earlier on, leave the old out of it when I said you're an old pro at this. But for our older viewers, I was talking to earlier on to Kitty Kenny, and she's saying Sheila, Chrissy, I believe, and she's the town gossip. And for all our old listeners out there, that reminded me of
Chrissy and Nora.
It reminded me from the Reardons of Mrs. Brennan. Was she not the town gossip in that as well?
We have several in every. Doesn't matter where you go. I imagine if you go up to Siberia, they're in some little village in Siberia, and I mean, you know, she's a Kitty plays it incredibly well, and Nora across from her, because when you've got a character like that, you need someone playing across. Like an example would be what was that singer, and Jerry Lewis, and what's the other guy that played across? Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. You had a straight and a comedian, and that's what you need to play against each other.
This is Sean O Neill, dramatist. Continued success on Harbour View 2. I listened intently to Harbour View 1 on CRY, and it's gone out again this Sunday, I believe.
This Sunday, 11:45, I think, at Jimmy Flanagan show, as far as I know.
Okay.
And I think it's being repeated on a Wednesday. I'm not too sure of the time.
And hopefully at some stage we'll be able to podcast it.
Oh yeah, it'll be as soon as it goes out live, it goes on podcast.
Okay. Sean O Neill, thank you very much for the
Thank you, Mike. My pleasure. Thank you.
Deputy Mayor of Youghal.
Yes, that's right.
Mary Linehan Foley.
Yes.
And your lovely daughter here.
Clara, one of my lovely daughters.
We're at the launch here in the Mallard Centre for Harbour View 2. What do you think?
Unbelievable. We got a little snippet of it tonight, and I'm really looking forward to the series when it starts Sunday morning, Mick. So, brilliant. It's a great success. The first series was a major success, so the second will be even better.
I was out in the studios last night, Mary. There was actually 30 actors and actresses there at one stage involved in this. It's amazing. It's some collaboration with Cllr Recording Studios and CRY with our own local Sean O Neill.
And it's all local, that's a good thing, and we don't realise the talent that's among our local people, but things like this bring it all out. And you've Warren Tivey, who's doing perfection, you've Sean O Neill and CRY. Without any of them, this wouldn't have been possible.
It's very unique, Mary, isn't it, for a small town like this, isn't it? I mean,
we're unique again, Mick, because a lot of towns don't have their local radio stations, so we're blessed in that sense as well.
For sure, but I mean, we've the radio station was 1979, and like, I mean, of course, we could talk ad nauseum about it like that. But this collaboration and this radio drama is amazing.
Unbelievable. Yeah, and I do believe that it's gone viral and that people from all over are listening in now. And I know that, as I mentioned here tonight as well in my speech, that I know that there are going to be probably more series after this again. So it's all great, Nick. It's all positive.
Your daughter Tara didn't going to get away there that easy. Tara, you listening to CRY, I'm sure?
Yeah, I do.
Did you enjoy Series 1?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Very interesting.
So you look forward to Series 2?
Yeah, definitely. And the good thing about it, Mick, I suppose, is that people can relate relate to it because it's fisherman's story, lost at sea type story, and it's all local people.
It's amazing. It is all about local sea and the coastal community. There's tragedy, there's loss, and there's humour through it all as well.
Exactly. And it's all a bit about what the local characters of Youghal have been about. Plenty of humour on the quayside, and I grew up there, Mick, as you know yourself. There was always humour in Youghal. Without humour, where would we be?
It sums up Youghal.
Exactly.
In tragedy, we walk through tragedy.
We come back fighting.
Okay, thank you. Deputy Mary Linehan Foley, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Deputy Sandra McLellan, we're here to launch in the Mallour Centre in Youghal of Harbour View 2. What do you think?
That's right. It was a very fantastic occasion. Big crowd here, and I think people are really, really delighted that Series 2 is coming on board. The feedback for Series 1, it was very well received in the homes, and people are talking about it on the street. They can't wait for Series 2. I think we heard a little bit of a clip there tonight, and it was absolutely very funny. So I think people will be looking forward to listening to it next Sunday.
It's an enthralling story, and it's about like a coastal community and fishing and Youghal in effect.
Well, I think people can relate to a lot of the characters. They can relate to people that they think they know the characters, you know. Every town has a busybody, every town has a family, something like the McCarthys. So I think people can relate to it very well, you know. And as Sean said there tonight, it's all about community spirit. It's about the radio station itself. It's about Sean, who's writing it, and it's about all the local people who are taking part. And the community radio is a fantastic facility here in Youghal, because for people that can't get out and about, it brings the community into the homes. And also, I was talking to people here tonight, and they're saying that it's been streamed across the globe, so people on the other side of the world can actually tune into Harbour View.
Well, but as you know, Deputy, it's unique that we have this radio station in Youghal, but the collaboration with another local radio recording studio, Warren Tivey in Televox Castle Recording Studio, with CRY, with the BAI, and with the playwright dramatist Sean O Neill. It's incredible, really, isn't it?
It's absolutely incredible, and it's great, you know, that what you can do with hard work, dedication and teamwork, when people all work together, what a brilliant show they can bring to Youghal.
Onwards and upwards for Youghal.
Onwards and upwards for Youghal.
Deputy Sandra McLellan, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Michael.
Holly McCarthy Thompson, we're at the launch here of Harbour View 2. What do you think?
I think it's very good. I think it's excellent.
Are you looking forward to listening to it on CRY?
Yes, I am, yeah.
What, do you like listening to radio?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Do you know anything about the drama?
I don't know much, no, but I'm looking forward to learning more about it.
Councillor Barbara Murray and Captain Canavan from Youghal, listeners to CRY 104 FM, I believe.
Of course we're listeners. It's a fantastic radio station. It's ours.
Listen, Barbara, Captain, we're here at the launch of Harbour View 2. What do you think of it so far?
Absolutely amazing. The characters, they come into the kitchen with you. They're absolutely fantastic, and I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be my Sunday morning slot.
It's great that we have a dramatist, Sean O Neill, here writing such magnificent material. As we all know, we were listening to Harbour View 1. I can't wait for Harbour View 2 myself. The same for you, Captain?
Absolutely. I said they've been up Sunday dinners. I sit at home.
There's a lot of different.
You forget about cooking it.
There's a lot of different characters in there. There's a little town gossip in there, Kitty Kenny over there. I believe her name is Chrissy, isn't it? And I was talking to her last night. I said it reminds me of the Reardons with Biddy Brennan, I think, or something. Do you remember that?
We're showing our age when we say we remember Biddy Brennan.
Well, fair dues to you ladies, because last night I was talking to Sean himself, and he pretended, I think, not to remember Biddy Brennan, but I came out with it. Anyway, but ladies, it is great though. Isn't it fantastic?
Another good news story for you.
It is, but it's unique though. It's unique for town, not only to have a radio station like that, but the collaboration with a local recording studio, along with, I mean, I was saying to Lester, I was out to last night in the studio, there was 30 actors and actresses just there last night, and that wasn't all of them. It's amazing.
The voluntary commitment is something fantastic, isn't it? Really, people are giving up their time. It's fantastic.
Why is that?
suppose it's just a love of Youghal, love of CRY.
And I think what we have, what we may not have had years ago, we have now got a community, and that's what it's all about.
Whereas we might not have had during the Celtic Tiger years or something like that. The old style community effort is coming back here again. Now, we remember that from the 80s and prior to that. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Even down to the match, when Youghal was playing all these matches, I couldn't believe it, sitting at home listening to the radio. What an afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, just get around. We've the radio station from 1979, I believe, when it was going back to the old pirate radio station.
Yes, Noel Cronin operating out of small little huckster cabins.
Yes, and now they have a new studio as well. I mean, that was only officially opened recently.
Well, Tom McSweeney said that when he left RTE, he said the conditions he worked in weren't anything as good as what they have in Youghal. Our studio is absolutely first class.
It is fantastic, and it's really good for Sean to be producing this stuff. So we'll all listen in to CRY 104 FM.
There'll be more than us listening to it. I'd say to be listened to from far afield.
Okay. Barbara, Catherine, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Pat O'Brien, how are you?
I'm not too bad at all.
Pat, I believe we're at the lunch here in the Mel Arts Centre of Harbour View 2. You were in Harbour View 1, and I believe you're the main man. You're called Mac, is that correct?
I'm called Mac in this series as well, I suppose.
Okay.
I might be the main man, but I'm the family man, I suppose, and it revolves around the McCarthy family, sort of. So
right.
That's it, really.
And you're the daddy in it?
I'm the daddy in it all, and I have a wife and teenage children, which caused its own problems.
Right.
I was lost at sea in the first episodes, but they found me anyway, so thankfully I'm on the mend again.
So you're back for more. Can you give any of the listeners out there a snippet of what's Harbour View 2 about?
Yes, I can. I was spoiled the secrecy by Sean O Neill, so I suppose you have to tune in if you want to hear the story.
You'll have to tune in on CRY and on the internet as well.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, but it's great to see the collaboration here with CRY, Cllr Recording Studios, the BAI. I mean, and Sean himself, the dramatist, playwright Sean, writing another episode. It's fantastic for you all, isn't it?
It is absolutely fantastic. You have such a wide range of people involved, from Foreign Ivy to Sean O Neill, sort of to yourselves, like CRY. It is fantastic, like the amount of different people from different spectrums of life. It is fantastic.
Yeah, and the amount of people involved. I mean, last night there was about 30 out in the studio.
Absolutely, it was. Like, and each people, like, they might have 3, 4, 5 lines, but they're all giving it 100%, and it's fantastic.
Why is that, Pat? Why is there so much people involved?
I suppose it is such a new venture, and I know for me, like, it's a tremendous kind of exciting kind of a thing to be involved in, like, and it's a new dimension to life, and it takes away from the doom and gloom and this austerity that we all hear about it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I just noticed that there wasn't one mention of doom and gloom. We're only talking about it now, but there was no mention of
it's great, like,
the weather or anything like that.
People need to switch off from the bad things and the sad things of life, and they need a lift, really.
It's like the old style community involvement.
It is absolutely, like, it is great, like, and like people can identify with a different character in Harbour View. Like, they all know, oh gee, I know somebody like that, or I know somebody like that. And it's great that way.
But also, Sean, you've treated the boards before, but there were some people involved, a lot of people involved that have never been involved with radio or acting or anything like that, and it's a new kind of a new lease of life for them, and they've taken off. They love it.
They love it, like, and Sean is great, like, because he'll go in and he'll go over it, and we'll go over it, and we'll go over it, and he'll draw and get the best out of each individual, like, even if it's their first time. He has a knack of getting perfection out of people, like.
Yeah, no, Harbour View 1 was excellent, as we all know. We heard a snippet there of Harbour View 2. It seemed to be a lot more flowing. There's more energy or not. Is there something going on? No, I was coming to a crunch there, but I couldn't get it. I'll have to tune in myself.
You will indeed. I don't want to give any secret away, like, but it is, I suppose Harbour View 1, we were all wondering what is going to be like, what's going to happen, But like, now that the Harbour View 2 is coming, like, we know what has gone before, and we're looking forward to what's coming next, like, and there's a bit of excitement about it, like,
But doesn't it make sense, though, for Sean to be writing about the fishing community in a coastal community like yours?
It is.
You know what I mean? We're an island after all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It
doesn't seem to be done before. It's unique.
And everybody in Youghal can identify, as I say, with a fishing town, a fishing family, a fishing people, sort of. And like, I'm involved in the GA as well in town, and with Youghal at the moment, so that's fantastic, like.
Are you going to go missing at the end of part 2?
I will not say at the moment.
Okay, Pat O'Brien, thank you very much for talking to us.
Not a bother. Tune in on Sunday.
Denise O'Brien, actress, and Sean O Neill. We're here at the lunch tonight in the Mel Arts Centre in Youghal. What do you think?
Oh, it was very successful. I was delighted so many people were here. And I would say, when I looked around there, I would say 98% of the people are actually involved in it. There are very few people that weren't involved in it some way.
Yeah, it is an incredible amount. Denise, you were in Harbour View 1, of course.
Yes, I was.
And what's it like being back in the radio again on Harbour View 2?
It's absolutely great, and it's a privilege again to be back here tonight, and just to see so many people that have really enjoyed what we're doing. That makes it all the more worthwhile, and again, just grateful to Cry and everybody that's been involved.
What I'm more amazed about is how many people are involved. Sean, how many is it? Is it just 30 plus? But surely, is there more?
I would imagine so. Roughly, I went through the scripts because I knew someone was going to ask me that, and I came to about 25 to 30, and like possibly more. But behind the scenes, there's a lot going on,
Yeah, but Denise, you're an old pro at this. You've been on the stage, of course, but there's lots of people that have never been on radio, on stage before, got involved in it as well. It's a real community effort.
It really, really is, and that's the one theme that's running through Harbour View itself. It's all about community. And again, as you said, so many people that have never done anything before, and yet, so naturally have taken to it.
Sean, where did you get the inspiration for the Harbour View about a coastal community? I mean, we're in here, Youghal, on the coast. Did you get your inspiration from here, or what?
I discussed it with Dara, and Dara wished me to do something else, drama on it. And I said, Dara, I have this, which I worked with another radio before, and I said, I have this idea about here, it hasn't done before. I said, it's coastal, we'll keep it here in the town, and I threw out my ideas to him. And surprisingly, he grabbed it. He said, can it be done? I said, yes, it can be done. And we're very fortunate, he had to go in and get the finances for this show. And once, I remember, I'd forgotten about it. I was working away on something else. And I met him and he said, by the way, I got that. And it was such a long time going back. I said, what's he talking about? He said, see, fine, you can start. Right. So that's basically, I threw out my ideas to him, and he said, we'll go for it. But I mean, it was very courageous of them. Like I said, 2 months ago, I met the guy, BAI with BAI, and I was surprised, how they got behind us. And I'm surprised to learn. It's the only community radio station in Ireland, out of all of them, that took on this project, had to and not only that, and to run with it, which is very important.
It's an amazing collaboration, Sean, with yourself, the BAI, CRY 104 FM, and Warren Tivey and the lads out in the recording studio. And
we're like one family in there, but we fight and we have our laughter and
Sean, would this happen during the Celtic Tiger? I mean, it seems to be more community involvement now. Everyone's on board now. Would this have happened 5-10 years ago, do you think?
No, it's doubtful. It's doubtful. I think it just happened at the right time.
Right.
I have to be honest with you, the right people are in the right place at the right time. That's how things happen. I just happened when this was, when we initially said that, I mentioned to Dara, I have a couple of months free. And if you give me the go-ahead, I can start working on it. And I could have been busy, and also I was lucky that most of the core players, I'd worked with them before, and I threw it on. I actually mentioned it to Denise, and she said, yeah, I might be interested, but let's see how it evolves. And then it just evolved.
Fantastic. So Denise, everyone's happy. You're happy to be back on radio again?
Absolutely. It's great.
Okay, it's fantastic, and I'm really, personally, I'm really looking forward to hearing it myself. Denise and Sean, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Declan Gibbons, station manager, CRY 104 FM. We're down here at the launch down the Mallard Centre of Harbour View 2. How did it go?
It was great, Mick. I think it was a great occasion. Particularly because the people made it such a great occasion. Nearly all the people involved in the project turned out, and I think we're just delighted to be part of it. And then we had public representatives and members of the public curious to see what's coming up, and I think it was great. I'm really, really happy about it, Mick.
Yeah, it's some collaboration, Declan, isn't it, between yourselves and CRY, Cllr Recording Studios, the BAI, Sean O Neill himself doing such wonderful
local community, local actors. There is, it is quite an elaborate thing, and because of that, because it's such a big project, we went outside obviously to get Sean to write it and then to record it at Clay Castle, because there's a cast of about 30 people, and we didn't have the facilities, and even if we had, we didn't have the experience of putting together something like that. And Warren Tivy proved that they could do that, and the popularity of the first series meant that a second series just had to be made.
Yeah, I was out there last night, Sean. There was about 30 people in the studio recording. It's amazing. It is some collaboration. What can we say about Sean O Neill?
Well, we can say that he's a serious man about his job, but very, very professional. And I think he has that ability to capture the spirit of something local. And, because, listen to that, it just sounds that everyone locally can relate to. And Sean was, quite specific and clear about how he wants things and so on, and he's professional, and I think that's good, because I am a great believer that just because something is local, Mick, and you probably think the same thing yourself, doesn't mean that it shouldn't be professional. And I think Sean's been outstanding, and he's been great the way he's brought so many people along with him.
But not only that, but it's so in your face. It has never done before. It is so unique and original to have all this happening, the collaboration going on. It's magnificent.
Yeah, it is. And so that's really. There is no limit to that, but it'd be great, if people will actually listen into it now. And it's the sort of thing that you would like to be able to do this on a weekly basis, maybe put out a drama on a weekly basis, but as you know yourself, having seen what's involved, it's very expensive, it's very laborious, it's very time consuming, and obviously involves a lot of people. But it's great, and I hope that the people will tune in, listen in, and actually, get a taste of what's being done locally.
But going on the strength of Harbour View 1, Sean, it was fantastic as well that the BAI came on board again, I believe.
They did. They did. And as I mentioned in the few words downstairs, not alone that, Sean, and because our own Dara Parker was the person who came up with the idea of going off and doing a drama, or getting someone to do a drama, and the BAI gave a workshop last year about all these kind of programs, and they cited Harbour View as an example of innovative, quality broadcasting, and an example that others should follow. Now, it made us a little bit embarrassed, but it also made us very proud.
But it's amazing, Sean, there is pros down there. I've seen them before throughout the years on stage and screen, some of them. But there's some people who have never been involved with radio before, from
radio
town,
or drama or anything.
And they've taken it like a duck to water. Really.
Yeah. And you saw everybody was really enjoying it. They wanted to kind of almost stake their claim as being part of this thing this evening, which is brilliant.
I'm looking forward myself to tuning in, which is going to be on Sundays, I believe.
On Sunday, on the Sunday morning show from 11:45 to midday, and then it'll be repeated on Wednesday evening from 8:30 p.m.
And at some later stage, it'll be on a podcast.
It will, and I'm sure we'll repeat it later on too. It will, but it'll be on air only for the 10-week duration.
Okay, Declan Gibbons, station manager, CRY 104 FM. Thank you very much for talking.
Thanks a million, Mick.